In the heart of a bustling metropolis, where neon lights flickered and the hum of traffic filled the air, there existed a place shrouded in mystery and dread, the Sinister Tavern. Tucked away in a narrow alley, the tavern was an anomaly amidst the city's constant noise and energy. Its weathered exterior and dimly lit windows seemed out of place, like a relic from another time. Despite the city's modernity, rumors of the tavern's dark past spread like wildfire. One summer evening, four friends, Jake, Sarah, Mike, and Emily, decided to explore the infamous tavern. They had heard whispers of its haunted reputation and were eager to debunk the myths. As they made their way through the crowded streets, the lively sounds of the city began to fade, replaced by an eerie silence as they approached the alley. The alleyway was narrow and shadowed, a stark contrast to the bright city lights just a block away. The tavern's entrance was an old wooden door with a faded sign above it. With a sense of trepidation, they pushed the door open. It creaked loudly, and they stepped inside, leaving the city's vibrant chaos behind. The air inside was thick with a musty scent, and the dim light from flickering candles barely illuminated the room. The tavern was surprisingly empty, its old wooden tables and chairs covered in a thin layer of dust. In the center of the room stood a bar with a cracked mirror hanging behind it. On the bar counter lay an ancient book, its pages yellowed and edges frayed. Intrigued, Sarah picked it up and began to read. The book told the tale of the tavern's original owner, a man named Edgar. He was once a kind host, but after acquiring an enchanted mirror from a shadowy figure, everything changed. The mirror was cursed, trapping the souls of those who glanced into it. Edgar, seduced by its dark power, began to lure patrons into the tavern, only for them to disappear without a trace. As Sarah finished reading, a cold draft swept through the room, extinguishing the candles. The friends' breaths hitched as they stood in complete darkness. Suddenly, the mirror behind the bar began to glow with a ghastly blue light. In its reflection, they saw not their own faces, but shadowy figures with hollow eyes, watching them. The air grew colder, and the sound of faint, mournful whispers filled the room, rising above the distant city noises that seemed impossibly far away. The whispers grew louder, and the friends felt a creeping dread. The figures in the mirror started to move, reaching out as if trying to escape their reflective prison. The friends backed away, their eyes wide with terror. The room seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and the shadows on the walls began to shift and take shape. From the darkness emerged ghostly apparitions, their faces twisted in torment. They reached out with translucent hands, their touch icy cold. Panic set in as the friends tried to find a way out. The door they had entered through was now shut tight, and the room seemed to warp around them. The city's vibrant life outside felt worlds away, muffled and distant. Desperate, Mike grabbed the book and flipped through the pages, finding a ritual that promised to break the curse. With shaking hands, he began to chant the incantation. The room trembled, and the mirror's glow intensified, casting an eerie light across the tavern. As the ritual progressed, the ghostly figures screamed in anguish. The mirror began to crack, the cursed souls trapped inside clawing at the glass in a futile attempt to escape. The room shook violently, and the friends struggled to keep their footing.